Window day!
Time to cut some holes.
All right, let's get it.
Here's our installation kit that we ordered. This is the passenger.
Door, window.
Is that what this says on here?
Gotta be.
All right, so we got 2 back windows plus the install kit with shipping. It's about $300 for reference. Here we go. We got our goofy goggles on. Start with some protection. We got goggles, masks, and gloves from all the little metal shavings that are gonna fly off, so. Oh wow, that was a nice line, huh? Hopefully the windows don't go like that. So next we're gonna draw a cut line, the marker. All right, so if you're doing the bonded windows for the back windows, you're just gonna take a marker that's like standard, like small tip, just to make it easier to cut, but you're basically gonna just follow along this line. All the other windows are gonna be different because we're gonna have to make a template, but for the back windows, you can just follow along that. Also, this is not really a tutorial because we're not pros at this either. We're just kind of figuring it out as we go. So we're just taking you along the journey with us. Hopefully you learn from our mistakes and what we've learned from researching. So, all right, that's done.
What we're gonna do here is we're just gonna start like a little hole right here with a smaller drill bit, and then kind of go up in thickness so we can fit the jigsaw blade in. So here we go. I don't think this is strong enough.
That size fits this blade. And then I've read that you just need a slow, steady motion, let the tool do the work, and just keep a steady hand and guide it. You want to hold one hand here, one up here. It's our first time using a jigsaw. So here we go. Whew. You should wear long sleeves for this. You're getting little flingy pieces all over. This is awkward with this guard on here, though. Whew, look at that. See all these those shavings everywhere. So good thing we're doing the paint after.
I feel like I should have worn long sleeves. It's difficult with that guard on there, for sure.
Okay, so at this point in the process, when it starts getting a little shaky like that, because you're cutting a piece that's kind of wobbly, what you want to do is take your blue painter's tape on the outside and just paint across this to here to kind of hold it still while he's cutting so it's not shaking everywhere.
It's just, yeah, it's just hard because of that.
Yep, do you want to take it off? Okay, so we're just taking the bottom of this off because, which we have read, it's just easier to get around the corners.
Gonna need more tape.
Yep. All right, give it a shot.
Okay, so we got the new blade in. We're just gonna try it again. Need it taped more.
Is it going well though?
It seems to be.
All right, good.
So far.
Okay, so this sharp lines painter's tape does shit for this project. You just don't use it. Just get the nice thick wide ones. It was like not even holding it. So we just got some little shavings off of the corner where we put the hole and went around from there. So we just had to clean up some of the edges. So just be careful because this will just fly out.
Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're just filing down the metal just so it's not super sharp. Then we're gonna go in with some primer and yeah, we're gonna want to get that edge there.
It's not gonna, you stopped there and then finished.
I think we gotta try and just file it.
It's just sticking out. Okay, so if you get this little primer thing that comes in a lot of the installation kits, it has this little like foam sponge tip on the end. Just in case you're wondering how it works, you have to literally pull this straight off. I mean, you unscrew it like a couple turns, and then you pull it off, and then you have to puncture it. So I just used a pen, punctured it, cleaned off the pen, and now it's like ready to go. So that could probably just push right back on. Yeah, it pushes on. Yeah. So now it's ready to be used. Oh!
What?
Okay, so don't squeeze it. Frustrating process. This is a disaster. And now that I've filed the other thing, I feel like I need to... Okay, so you don't have to wait till it comes out the top. You can just start dabbing it.
Wherever it's exposed.
Yeah, our whole car is like a van is exposed right now. It's like the whole way up, basically. Did I just get in my hair?
What?
Oh my god. Is it in my hair?
No, I don't see anything in your hair, hon. And we're just gonna go in with this big drill bit and just make the hole. There we go. Got it. Nope. Okay.
Number 2. Take 2. So I ended up putting the pieces a little bit longer because the shorter ones weren't working as well. So we'll see how this works. Well, that seems to hold better. It didn't come off.
Yeah, nice. Still shaky.
Yeah, I know. It's not going to not shake. I hope so. It's definitely better than the other painter's tape.
Okay.
All right, can you straighten it out at least? What did you do? Came off again.
I think that's why it was shaking so much, is because it was loosening.
I'm gonna try my best. It's not that I can't do it, it's too shaky. I'm gonna have to redo that line. You know,
I know.
Yep, I'm gonna stand back so it doesn't fly off on me. So awkward. Need like a step stool. All right, we're on our second blade out of 5, out of the 5-pack. That one just snapped. Problem is, where this screw needs to go into this hole, it's like not the right size. Or maybe it's the right size, but it doesn't go back far enough. So the screw is going in like right before this hole. And so it's kind of jiggling because it's not securely in there. So I don't know how to find the right size of that. Oh.
Well, that came out.
It broke off again?
Yep.
You're kidding.
I don't know where it went either. Oh, it's underneath.
What the heck, man?
What was it? You want to try it? Let's close that door and try and put the trim around it.
Are you sure. I don't know if it's supposed to go over the whole thing. Seems like it's not gonna fit. It's like these are closer together. No, I don't know about that. No, it's not supposed to do that. I think it's just supposed to go over this. I don't think it's supposed to go over both.
Yeah, it is, honey.
How the heck can you pull it in that far? This won't even go that far.
Okay, then it goes on the inside then.
I don't know if that's supposed to be. There's no way. Oh.
Okay, so yesterday we weren't able to finish the windows. Our molding didn't seem to fit both the inside and outside, and it just wasn't working, so...
We currently have garbage bags over the windows, just in case. But they say to put the edge molding around the inner and outer frame. The cut piece, including the inner frame that was like our guide. It seems like it should fit both, but there's like a sealant in between and it's impossible to like squeeze it enough to fit in there. It just was popping off every 2 seconds, even hammering it in.
My parents went to, I don't know, some ambulance warehouse where they build bodies for ambulances. Anyway, so they had an edge molding that we did a little test piece this morning. It seems to do the trick. So we're gonna install that and yeah.
So if you're ordering edge molding for the back windows, maybe just order an 1/8 inch and a 1/4 inch just in case. The other problem we ran into was this little primer brush that you get in all of your insulation kits. We didn't think about this top sponge piece drying. You saw us cut one window and then file the edges and then put the primer on while you started the second window, but the little sponge like cured and like dried out with the rest of the primer, which makes sense. I think if you're gonna use this thing, to just wait till the end because you need it for the cut edges and you need it to line the outside where the adhesive is gonna go. So I think it would make more sense I thought it would just, we would be getting ahead by letting this dry while we start the other window, but
the whole thing dried.
This whole thing was just useless now. So basically just cut everything first, file it when they're both done, then go around with this on both edges and on the outside and let everything dry at once. Because this is kind of like a one and done deal. But if you buy primer instead and like a tiny little, I don't know, like 1/8 ounce can or something, it's probably all you need. Just use a synthetic brush and go around that way is another way. Because then you can seal it up and wait in between. It won't dry.
Yeah.
So don't make the same mistake as us. Andrew did use some acetone. Luckily his mom's a hairdresser and a nail artist, so she has this stuff just on hand everywhere. We just used acetone to clean it off, so we might be able to get some use out of it today. We'll see. It did work to take it off like some stains, like when we spilled it, the acetone helped.
Takes it right off.
So yeah, part 2.
I can do it from in here.
All right, so the edge molding that they recommend when you're doing the back windows is an 1/8 inch, which means this opening right here, this is 7/16 leg length. But the 1/8 inch, if you're looking at this, let's go from the one, that's like a 1/16 inch. So I'm thinking they were measuring this inside piece and this outside piece because these have to go together. So some parts of it, we could squish it like that and it would fit in the 1/8 inch, but some sides, like this piece on the side, there's like, I don't know, spray foam or something in there, and it's impossible. You can't close that gap. So we got the 1/4 inch because it seems like that's a 1/4 inch. So it seems like it should work better. It's a little tricky doing this by yourself because it helps to have one person kind of holding the like clump while the other person is going around with the hammer. Also, I read that you want to start in the middle on the bottom. This is already seeming like it works easier. Probably better to do this with a rubber mallet. Now this is the part that gave us problems. It doesn't squeeze. Some spots aren't like right in line with the inner edge. Like down here it's pretty even, But over here, it's like an 1/8 inch difference. And that makes a difference with the leg length because I can't push it down all the way because that piece is taller. Just make sure you're getting it really close whenever you're cutting the inside. Oh man, I cannot get that by myself. Oh my God, it's not even reaching it inside. This is the same place I got to yesterday. Patience, people, patience. This stupid edge molding is gonna be the death of me. Did not think this would be the hardest part of doing the windows. Andrew's mom is here to help.
Hey.
Hey, did you find something?
Yeah. Okay, I found a clean metal primer. Use on bare or painted or lightly rusted metal.
Is it Rust-Oleum or something, or what's the brand?
Yeah, it's Rust-Oleum.
Yeah, that works. I would get like a sponge dabber. See if you can find the little round ones.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you in a little.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Bye. And it's so frustrating. Oh, super frustrating. It's just not
Going on
that one stubborn edge. We're going around with pliers because the one that we got has like a metal on the inside, so you can see here. So we're actually just like using the pliers to re-squeeze it around the edge. Seems to work okay. All right, so I'm going along with like needle nose pliers and just trying to widen this because this edge, like you can't even close it any more than it is. And it just wasn't even fitting. So we're just gonna have to put it on and then re-close it with pliers after like that, you know what I mean? And then we'll have to hammer it in too. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so it's starting to rain. That's great. So I don't know if we're gonna put these windows in right now, but we'll see.
I don't know. It looks like it's only going to be here for like 20 minutes or so and then stop for a little bit and then probably come back in the next hour. And so within that time, we need to put the window in. So just a quick little update.
If you don't know how to open a paint can, you just kind of hit the edge. I already did it, but you hit the edges to kind of release the air gaps, and then you just go around with the flat edge and pop it up. We just got a clean metal primer, meaning you can use it. You're supposed to be able to use it on galvanized steel, which is what this is. Make sure you stir it up nice and thoroughly so that you can get any clumps that are at the bottom. And then you're gonna go in with this. It's better to have those round sponges if you can find a round sponge dauber, so you can just put the flat edge on and then keep an even amount around. I got down through everything, including the primer on the edges. So now, I said if needed, but you should actually clean again on the outside with acetone, which Andrew's doing right now, just like a rag and a little bit of acetone. Just wiped on the outside so that the primer will stick to it and there's no dust or residue to block it. And then we're going to apply primer to the outside. Hopefully we can get that thing to work. And then we'll start getting our adhesive ready to put the windows in. Okay, so we're gonna put our primer around the outside of this, basically where the adhesive is gonna go. So it says to leave about 1.5 inches to 2 inches from the outer edge for the adhesive to spread and create a tight water seal. But you have to put the primer where the adhesive is gonna go. So I told him just to go between, like kind of halfway between that 2-inch mark and the inside. not supposed to have bubbles, but it's also not supposed to be really thin. This is probably fine. Okay, that's fine. So if you're using a sponge, I'm just kind of wiping off the edges just like a paintbrush, so it's not dripping off, because it kind of squeezes anyway. It's doing raindrops.
Yep, me too.
I'm just trying to be mindful of keeping 2 inches from the outer edge. Don't do this in the rain, not like we tried to, but the problem is we're leaving Andrew's parents' house tomorrow. So we literally have today to do it because we have to wait 24 hours before we can drive, and we're driving home tomorrow, like midday, and it's probably about the same time as right now. So I wish the windows were in already, but we have to wait for this to dry and not let it get wet either. Dries to the touch in 2 to 4 hours.
2 to 4 hours?
Fully dry after 24 hours, but we don't need to wait for fully dry.
Okay, are we putting the trash bags back on or something?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
I wish we got this far yesterday, but the edge molding was holding us up and we didn't have good primer. Make sure you put the lid back on this so this doesn't dry out. I just used the back of a flat edge screwdriver just to kind of, obviously it's easier on the ground. And then when you do this again, you just do the same thing and just pop all the edges.
I'm not doing it super tight. It's not supposed to like pour, you know?
Yep.
Okay. All right, what are we doing?
Finally putting in the windows. So we have about an hour window of opportunity right now before it might start raining again. So we're gonna try to get them on there and then put the garbage bags right back on to protect it. So we're working with the weather here, but hopefully we can get it done. So that's next. It says we're not supposed to slam the side door or the back doors after we put them in.
Right.
But most people only have 2 seats in the front that they can get out the front. So I want to see if we can actually exit that way, because you don't want to like jiggle the van. So, but if we can't, then we'll just do what we gotta do. But, all right. Put that in there.
Where are these nuts at the time?
All right, so Andrew's putting a bead right on top of our primer. And if you notice, he has the V facing upward so that whatever direction you're going, you're making a little triangle all the way around. Just following the primer in a continuous motion. Good job, you got this.
I feel like I need 2 hands for this.
You have 2 hands. Nice job, keep going.
It's just, it's so hard to squeeze. It's so hard to, yeah, maybe I might need you to.
For reference, 1 tube lasted us for 1 window to about that much of the second window.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to get out.
Oh, maybe, I guess when it's further away. You need to do a test strip. It helps to do a test strip on the pieces that were scrapped.
Oh my gosh,
So
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
So you can get it moving before you start on them.
Oh my gosh, this is so insane. We really don't even need that much more. All right, you wanna help me guide it or something?
Direction.
So it helps to have a second person to kind of guide the tip of it while the other person squeezes, because it's really hard to control where it's going when you're putting so much force into squeezing the caulk gun. You're breaking a sweat.
There you go. There, now it finally got easier, didn't it?
Yeah, what the heck? All right, that's probably good.
Okay.
Okay, line it up at the top.
You want to kind of line it up first before pushing, because you don't want to squeeze the bottom out, Andrew.
Is that good, babe?
Yep, looks
Okay.
good. You want to press really firmly once you
Either that or this
decide
one.
on the positioning and it looks straight.
Anything
You're going
looks
to push
fine?
on just the
I think it's
edges
fine.
where the adhesive was.
Well, that sucker's on there.
Then you got to go in with your blue painter's tape and just tape the edges.
You want me to save these for any reason?
Is it?
It's not, it's kind of dried now, but it was really sticky.
Just in time, the rain's starting.
We got to cover this again.
I know.
Okay, so they say you shouldn't slam the doors or drive it for at least 6 hours or whatever until it cures, but overnight is better. So we're just gonna wait overnight. We already closed the side door, so we could just go in and out the front. And if you have a double seat like us, you have to crawl over the seat if you left anything. So make sure to clean it all out before you do this so that you can close the doors and only have the front two to close afterwards. Okay, so if you're messy like us and you get adhesive and Sikaflex all over the place,
yeah,
because it's not easy to use, you can use Goo Gone to get some of it off, or even acetone would work to get it off if it's still sticky. But if you make a mess, it's fine. You won't have a black stain on there forever. All right, Andrew just covered the windows with garbage bags again so we can protect it from the rain. Even though it should be sealed, we can test it out with like a spray gun with water in it and see if it works, but see if it's waterproof. But I guess this will be the true test. I just don't want it to get wet while it's trying to cure. It's raining, but we did it! Yay! First project done. Windows, look at those things. It's gonna be crazy driving and actually seeing out the back. That's cool. We're gonna take these off. Well, hopefully the waterproofing works because it's really wet inside here. I guess the garbage bag didn't work, but hopefully the windows did. It seems like the whole van is dry except for what was under the garbage bags. So it actually kept the water in. Here they are. It's crazy. I'm so excited. This is our first project. I guess let's see if it actually is waterproof inside there. I mean, if there's water in there. It's the true test. I guess it's also hard to tell because it was wet when we closed the doors.
No, I'm not seeing anything. Look at that,
so
no water.
Messy. I'm gonna clean this up, don't worry. We did it! Here they are!